before, I'm Gabriella Grotenfeld, and I'm have a global business from the little country Sweden up in the north of Europe. And I have started this for a couple of years ago, and now I work all over the world and have a lot of friends and clients around me. And that's one way that I have met Anna. So welcome, Anna, and nice to meet you here in my on my pages. I'm on my personal page, I'm on my business page, and we are also on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. Well, it sure is great to be on here with you. Like she said, my name is Anna. I'm Anna Olson. I am a coach and mentor teaching small business owners how to effectively use video on when marketing their business on social media.
Yes, I'm so happy that you could join me today. What time is it for you now? I think it's lunchtime or something.
Yes, it's noon. Yep, it's noon.
Yeah. We all of us are trying to learn which time zones everyone is. It's really fun. Sometimes I'm way out.
Yeah. It's like it can be, if you're connecting with a lot of people, it can be almost a full-time job just to figure out who's at what time,
Yeah, it's really like that. So please, Anna, let me know. Tell our followers and the ones who is looking, who are you and how did you start with this? Tell a little bit about yourself.
Sure, absolutely. So, like I said, my name is Anna Olson, and I have been in network marketing for quite a few years. And we used to do it the old way. We had home parties, we had hotel parties, we had coffee shop meetings all the time. I was on the road. I had a full-time job, but I was also doing a side business. And so evenings were filled with meetings and phone calls, and it was just a lot of busy work. So a couple of years ago, I was like, okay, people are telling me to how to market my business on social media, particularly Facebook, but I wasn't having any results. And it was
I recognize that.
yeah. Doesn't that make sense? I mean, it was because of how I was doing it. And there is a skill that most people might not have of how to attract people to you versus chasing them down or versus pushing your company's brand out on your social media channels. So
a lot of people still do that.
Yeah. Still, there's still lots of them that do that. But a couple of years ago, my sister introduced me to attraction marketing.
Okay.
And she introduced me to the company, and I dug in with both feet. I was just like, you know what? This is where I want to be. And I just, boom, I was in, I was like, I got to learn this.
Yeah.
And that was in 2019. This is now 21. So that's like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I have had more success in my business than I have ever seen in all the years, over 10 years that I've been in network marketing.
So what is so special about this that we are doing? I know, but please share.
Yeah,
everyone needs to listen to me.
Yeah. Well, so the biggest difference is I put out a TikTok this morning, and I talked about people follow people. People do not follow a company or its products. And so putting out, and some companies are actually catching on, because the company I'm with now, they actually provide us with curiosity-based posts or graphics with curiosity versus their name blasted all over it.
Yeah.
And so, but that's because our top leaders, our company is only 3 years old, and our top leaders have said, hey, we're using attraction marketing.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And this is how we've built our business. And so now the company's taken it on too. So that really makes a difference, but it's about creating curiosity to the person that is listening to you. And it is, You want to talk about the benefits of your products, not the products itself, and not the company itself. It's all about creating curiosity. And then, I mean, that's 20% of your posting.
Yeah.
80% of your posting is about you.
Yeah.
It's about you. I mean, you're not going to follow me unless you get to know me, like me, or trust me.
No.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, it is, because we are all different, and we connect with each other in different ways. Some people like me, some people like you, and you really need to trust that person to be out there. And that's why I'm doing this right now, this video challenge. It's my 12th day, actually.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really proud of myself. I
Yes.
have no problem to go live, but life comes in between, and then I will do it tomorrow. But I have really done it now for 12 days, and I can see the results. It's so wonderful. This is crazy.
Right. And I always tell my people, my team, just instead of trying to type out a post, just go live and talk about it. Just go live and talk about it. I mean, people, and you know, short form video is the new thing. And I said, you don't have to make it 10 minutes. If you don't want to talk about something for 10 minutes, don't worry about it. 5 minutes is fine. Don't worry about it. Just go live and talk about it so they can actually see your eyes. You know, and I always say, make sure you look at the camera. Look at the camera. Get your eyeballs in the camera.
And smile.
And smile, you know, and then just talk about what it is that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine say to me, well, I'm so conscious of my accent. I'm so ashamed of my accent. And I'm like, wait a minute, stop right there. I said,
yeah, I thought it was hard in the beginning because English is not my native language, but I thought, okay, this is me. I don't say all the words right, but I think people understand me. So this is me.
Exactly. But I told her, I said, that's your uniqueness. Embrace it and run with it. I mean, seriously. Now, for Gabriella, for you, I could sit and listen to your accent for hours.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, to me, Australian or Sweden, I actually have Swedish ancestry myself.
Ah, you have,
yeah. My family history, I grew up in the Amish community.
You did, I know about that. I would really love you to tell me a little bit about that someday, but maybe not here.
Yeah. So that's where the Swedish comes from. That's the reason I said that. Yeah. Our ancestors were Swiss and Dutch.
Okay.
So, but anyway, back to marketing. Yes.
Yeah. And if you should give some examples, or what was the biggest wow when you started this? What was it that made you told me that it was your sister who asked you to join, but what was it that you really liked about this method and the things that we are learning?
Well, you know, when I first got started, I thought I had to learn all this new stuff, and I had to figure out all these new things that for me to be able to just get on camera and talk about it. You have to have something in your head, you know, to be able to just get on camera and talk.
Yeah.
And what I found out, the biggest aha out of all of that is the fact that I can just talk about myself.
Yeah.
I can talk about what I already know. I can talk about myself. My perfect prospect is me 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Somebody that was desperate, that was desperate to know how to market online and doesn't. That's my perfect prospect. So it's like, I know this stuff. I know exactly how she felt. I know exactly what she's trying to do. I know all these things. So why am I not talking about it? So I guess what I'm trying to say is, when you figure out your target market, who are you talking to? Because you're always just talking to that one person.
Yeah.
So who are you talking to? Don't try to create somebody. Just take it from where you were. Just take it from where you were and go with it.
Yeah, and one thing that I have learned as well is don't try to convince anybody.
Mhm,
Just show them
mhm,
what you are doing,
mhm.
because a lot of the people that I talk to, they think that the first time you connect with them, you are trying to sell something to them.
Right.
And every people likes to buy, of course, but they don't want to be sold to. And this is just sharing what I have learned. And if they're interested, well, fine, I would love to share. But if they're not and they have a success in their business, I'm really happy for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is never about trying to convince anybody to buy anything that they're not totally and completely understand what they're getting into. It has nothing to do with that. And as far as, if you're talking about your MLM company, again, you're looking for people that are looking for what you have.
Yeah,
They are out there if you do the right messaging where it draws them to you.
yeah, yeah,
Curiosity posts. Just remember that. If you get nothing else out of this whole thing today, remember curiosity posts.
yeah.
Curiosity.
Curiosity post. I totally agree. And be vulnerable. Tell them that you are struggling or you're trying to learn things. Be yourself and share your journey, because I realize that there are always people behind me in my journey. And if I
Mhm.
share what I'm doing, people who are a little bit after can ask me questions. I'm not the expert in everything, but I know more than I did a year before I started this. And yeah, I really love this. I'm
Yeah.
so committed and I believe in it. It's, yeah, it's
It
strange,
has
but yeah,
it has really made my business fun again. It has
yeah,
made it
wonderful.
fun, and just to be on. I mean, I get such a kick out of being online. And like this morning, I created a couple story posts or stories,
Yeah,
stories. I
just
mean,
don't pray.
that's a new term because my stories need to tell a story.
Yeah,
And so I was creating that, and the comments I get and the interactions I get, it's just so fun. It's just so fun.
yeah, I totally agree. You're a little bit farther than me in both TikTok and in YouTube. So I watch you a lot, and I think you are doing great on those things and how you
Thank you.
can come up to all those ideas. I just started with TikTok, and I know my daughters tell me, don't go there. This is a bad place. But I think it's
Oh,
quite funny to do those videos and come up with idea and be funny.
right,
Not
right.
dancing. I don't like that.
Well, I'm not a dancer either, but I'm tempted to try some of these really fun ones that I've seen. I have a couple sidelines that have
Yeah.
done some really fun dancing ones, and I'm like, you know what? I don't dance, but I could make a fool of myself with this.
Yeah.
So I think I'm
Yeah.
going to try it.
That's your new winning concept. Make a fool of yourself and build trust.
You know what? It actually that's not a bad comment or a bad quote. Use that as your quote, Gabriella. My seriously,
Yeah.
it is, but it gets people to know who you are.
Yeah.
It gets them to know that you know what, she's just as quirky as I am.
Yeah,
Everybody
you're
thinks they're
right.
quirky.
Yeah,
Everybody
you're
thinks they're
right.
quirky. So
So if you should give 3 tips to the people who is watching, what would you tell them about your journey? And what should they do if they should take three
right,
actions right now?
I would say figure it out. Figure out what it is you want.
Yeah.
Answer the question, what do I want? Look yourself in the mirror and look in your eyes and say, what do I want?
Yeah. How
And
many
then once,
times have we had that from our mentors?
Mhm. Very much so. And your brand is going to show up that so much better once you know what it is that you want.
Yeah.
And then that would be tip number one, figure out what you want. And then number two would be to focus on that one goal.
Yeah.
What does it take? Maybe it's a matter of making a list of
Yeah.
all the things that you want or that you need to do to reach your goal.
Yeah.
And then, that's your focus. That is
Yeah.
your whole focus, and stick with it. And then my final one would be never quit. Never quit. Because the moment you quit is when you lose. If you
Yeah,
do not
I
quit, you
agree with
cannot
you.
lose.
Yeah. And I can actually give two more tips to that. Don't quit. And if you fail in some way, just see it as what have you learned when you
Yeah.
have been failing. So that
Learning.
one is really good, I think. And then I thought of one more thing. Yeah, and that was this education and the thing that we are doing. It's so huge, it's so great, and it's really easy to get stuck in the learning curve and just be in the learning.
Right.
To take action
Action.
step by step,
Yeah.
then it will be
Yeah.
crazy.
And that would have fallen in with my focus. Focus and take
Yeah,
action. Focus and take action,
yeah,
and never stop. Because the
yeah,
moment you stop is the moment that you have lost.
yeah,
Because
that's right. Yeah, and I'm just building organically now because my Facebook ads account has been shut down, and I had no idea why. So I'm trying to figure that out. But you can do it organically as well, so that's wonderful.
Right, and there's definitely other platforms that you can run ads on. So
Yeah,
it's not near what it used to be. I got shut down in October of 2020,
yeah.
and never did revive that account. I ended up with a new account, but
I think I need to do that as well.
yeah, it was under their advisement. It wasn't, I was working with a marketing expert, and that's what they advised. So, but anyway,
Yeah,
it's about getting to your dreams.
yeah.
It's about getting to your dreams and understanding what it is that you want, and just go for it. There's never a better time to do this.
No, there is. There are no excuses. Just start.
Yep. Yep. You can't change the past, but you can change your future.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mhm.
And the things you do today, you can do it better. Yes, tomorrow, not
Okay.
yesterday.
Yeah. Tomorrow. Yes.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you, Anna.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Thank you for having me. I enjoyed this very
Yeah,
much.
it's already 18 minutes, so I think people want, or anyway, here in Sweden, want to have their dinner or something. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I'm looking forward to keep working with you and see
Awesome.
you on all those masterminds that we are working with.
Awesome. Me too. I'm so glad to get to know you. Nice to meet you. And thank you again for having me on.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
Bye now.